Yo, how's it going, Bears fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Down Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, and today I'm joined by my co-hosts, Parth and Jaylen. How's it going, gentlemen?
It's amazing.
So, today we are going to be recapping the Bears' 15-6 win over the formerly 11-1 Los Angeles Rams. Kind of a surreal moment in a big statement win by the Bears, coming back from a loss from the Giants. Trubisky coming back. Definitely did not play too well at all. But, let's get right into it. Let's start it off by talking about just an overview of the offense and the defense tonight. I'm going to start it off by a little one-liner in saying that the offense did nothing and the defense did everything. The offense, I'm going to hand it off to one of you guys. Jaylen has his mic on mute right now, so Parth, you want to talk a little bit about the offense?
The offense, one word, terrible. I mean,
except for that,
it was disaster.
One other word, Bradley Sowell.
Yeah, Bradley Sowell.
Terrible to watch. Let's go through the stats on the offense. Obviously, we know Trubisky came back from that injury, and man, you could tell that maybe he had a little bit of a twitch going on in his throwing motion. It wasn't the greatest of nights for him. You look at it on paper, as I'm trying to pull up the stats. I don't have them up right now, but you look at it on paper, 16 for 30, 110 yards, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions, a 33.3 passer rating. Not the greatest. Jordan Howard, the run game, finally got going in this game. 170 rushing yards plus 23 for Mitchell Trubisky to get us almost to 200 rushing yards this week. 194 on 35 carries. Incredible. Receiving 110 yards. Robinson led the way with 42 receiving yards on his own. And then obviously, man, we got to talk about that Bradley Sowell touchdown. I don't think any other coach in the NFL is going to put in 10 linemen with your quarterback, and you would expect it to be a throw. I would expect it to be like a QB draw or a handoff to Hicks. So, Parth, what was running through your mind on that play?
Pretty confused. I mean, like all of us. I honestly thought we were going to go back to Hicks for the touchdown.
Yeah, totally. We faked the handoff to Hicks, play action pass. Yeah. I thought they were looking for Ray Robertson-Harris, but they were looking for Bradley Sowell. I laughed. Beautiful. The first thing I saw when I went on Twitter after that was Kelvin Benjamin, take note, which is pretty good. But, sorry, you can keep going.
I was going to say it was just like a beautiful toss and then amazing catch by Sowell. He the defender even tried to swipe it out of his hands and he held it tight, so that was good.
Yeah, totally. So let's talk about the defense for a bit. I'm going to start by going through the Rams' offensive stats. 20 for 44 for Jared Goff, 180 yards with 4 interceptions and 0 touchdowns. A 19 passer rating for him, along with 3 sacks for a loss of 25 yards. Gurley, 11 carries, 28 yards, and their leading receiver was Robert Woods with 7 receptions and 61 yards. We shut down the most explosive offense in the NFL. There were some players that we can mention later that stepped up tonight. One really big one, I would say, is Jared McManus coming in for Bryce Callahan, whose health finally kind of, I would say, tore down. But, pretty good night. Akeem Hicks with a sack, Khalil Mack with a sack, and Eddie Goldman with a sack, which actually was a safety, which I loved. So, what did you think about this defense, Parth, against the number 1 offense in the league?
Definitely ruthless. I did not expect this type of night. I thought it was going to be like a high-scoring game where both offenses prevail, kind of like that Chiefs and Rams game. But this was like definitely the opposite. And I'm kind of like an offensive type of guy, so this game was kind of boring at some points. I was like, damn, why can't we just score? Why can't they just score? It's like kind of like that. But it was exciting to see how this defense can hang with any team. This defense can win us games if our offense isn't there.
Yeah,
it's
totally. Just like Jaylen, I just saw you turn your mic on. I would like to ask you one question. Let's talk a little bit about Jared McManus. I know you're a big fan of Kevin Tolliver. When Callahan went out, what was your reaction to them relying more heavily on McManus over a guy like Kevin Tolliver?
So when Bryce Callahan went out, at first I was more scared of what his injury was and who was going to replace him.
Foot injury, yeah.
Yeah, and then as soon as I saw Sherrick McManus, at first I was confused. I'm like, why are we not putting Kevin Tolliver? But then I understand that Sherrick McManus is a slot type of corner, and we lost our slot corner. So after I realized that, I wasn't totally upset about it.
And when you look at it,
Sherrick McManus did play good. Like the announcer thought he was going to get picked on, but clearly you see that didn't happen. So
McManus was pretty good filling in tonight. Hopefully Bryce Callahan's okay. But obviously McManus came in. When you think about it, I mean, obviously he's a special teams gem. He's a good guy in the locker room. He's been here forever. I think maybe even since like Mark Trestman. But he's still on the team for a reason. He can play a little bit of defense. 6 tackles for him, 1 tackle for a loss, and 1 quarterback hit for Sherrick McManus. He was great tonight. So that's a little bit of an overview on the defense. The people with interceptions, I think Kyle Fuller had 1, Roquan Smith had 1, Eddie Jackson had 1, and then was it Prince at the end that had 1, I think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So let's talk about offensive and defensive MVPs. We're going to go through the line, give out some offensive and defensive MVPs. I'm going to start, and let's start on the offense. I'm giving mine to Jordan Howard. He had a 100-yard game tonight. We knew that we could pound the ball down these Rams' throat. Regardless of Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald, those guys were eliminated from the game, and we ran it down their throats. 69 yards from Cohen, 101 yards from Jordan Howard. I couldn't be happier with Jordan Howard finally having a pretty good game on his for himself. So he's going to be my offensive MVP tonight.
Go with Jen. You can go ahead.
Okay, I went to go second because I didn't know if he was going to steal mine or not, but I'm going to go with Bradley Sowell. I didn't know if you guys said it or not, so I had to hurry up. To be honest, he scored our only touchdown of the game. The only touchdown of the whole game. Who knew that when you have guys like Todd Gurley, what was his name? Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks, Allen Robinson, et cetera, on the field, and offensive tackle was the only person to score a touchdown. So that basically put the game away for us. Because we didn't score any more points after that. So that's why I'm going to go with Bradley Sowell.
I'm going to go with James Daniels.
Yeah,
just
because of
how he protected Aaron Donald, the Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, totally. He was on Suh and Donald throughout the night, but I don't think any sacks for either of them at all.
Nope.
Yeah, that was incredible. Let's talk about the deciding factor in this game. Next segment's called What's the Deciding Factor? Basically, we're each just going to rattle off one factor that we thought happened that won the Bears this game. I think it's pretty clear and obvious. I'm going to go with mine first. I don't know if yours are going to really differ that much, but it was slowing down Goff and Gurley. I know you guys weren't in the episodes earlier this week when I recorded on my own, but I said slowing down Goff and Gurley in my 3 key matchups video was going to be absolutely incredible, and the Bears did that. Coming tonight, some people could have said that Goff and Gurley were both MVP candidates, along with Aaron Donald even. Aaron Donald, no sacks. Gurley, 28 yards. Goff, 4 interceptions. That takes him out of the race, at least for quarterbacks. When you think about it, you think now probably Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes, obviously, and then maybe a guy like a Phillip Rivers. But Goff was definitely in that conversation for one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and the Bears' offense just manhandled him tonight, along with Gurley and Donald. So I'm pretty happy with how we shut them down tonight.
I'm going to go stopping the run game.
Okay, stopping the run game?
You can go ahead.
No, I was asking if you want to go. You can go. It's my fault.
All right, I'm just going to say stopping the run game because it took out the balance because they're like a balanced offense, run and pass.
Yeah, totally.
So stopping Todd Gurley kind of stopped Jared Goff itself, threw him off, which basically got the defense going. And we forgot to do defensive MVPs, by the way.
Totally.
So I'm gonna go with it's not really like what we did the whole game. It's just one play of the game, and that was the Eddie Goldman safety / sack.
Just like a momentum shifter, totally.
Yeah, that basically gave us momentum for us to drive down the field and then score our only touchdown of the game, like I previously said in the last segment. But that sack totally changed momentum. Basically gave us points on the board by our defense, which has been doing the whole season, except it was 2 instead of 6. But any points that you get on defense is pretty special.
Totally. Honorable mention, I would like to say, Eddie Goldman was the only Bears defensive player not mentioned by Sean McVay in the press conference earlier this week, and that is why Eddie Goldman was the one that got the safety. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah, totally. No, he wasn't mentioned. Goldman was not mentioned in that little press conference thing.
No. Yeah, I was like, yeah, he wasn't.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He was not mentioned.
Yeah, that was the Eddie Goldman revenge on Sean McVay game. Okay, so let's talk about who stepped up. We're each going to pick one player on offense, one player on defense for the Bears. Who we think stepped up tonight? Let's go in reverse order, and let's actually start on the defensive side of the ball. Jaylen, who do you think stepped up on defense tonight?
It's not one player. I'm gonna go with the whole defense. I saw a stat that said in the whole McVay era, that was the only time that they haven't scored a touchdown, and that was against us, which is crazy to me. Well, it's not that shocking because we do have an amazing defense, but for the Rams to have a high flying offense and for us to hold them to 2 field goals, which was in the first half. I think it was actually in the first quarter that we allowed those. It's just crazy to me. So that shows that Fangio, even though he's a defensive coordinator, he should be in Coach of the Year candidate. But this team is just crazy good. We've made great changes to this defense over the last couple of years, including the Fox and Nagy era. So I'm just proud. I'm a proud Bears fan right now.
Parth, who do you think stepped up on defense tonight?
Defense, let's see.
I can go if you want to.
McManus.
Oh, yeah.
I got McManus. Okay. All right, I'm just going to say, because, when we lost Bryce, I thought we were going to give up a lot of catches in the slot and just going to see them pretty much run through the slot. But McManus showed up big time. He got a couple of key tackles. I think he even got a sack. I'm not too sure about that one, though, but he played amazing and solidified our depth on this defense too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Roquan Smith for one simple reason only. I spoke earlier in the week about how important it was going to be for him just to be able to do his best to contain Todd Gurley. He had a really big assignment this weekend. Six tackles for him and 1 pass defended. He was all right throughout the night, but obviously, as you mentioned earlier, Parth, the offense and defense on the passing game and the running game for the Rams, when they both get going, it's really hard to stop them. So Roquan Smith was a big part in stopping that run game for the Rams, and he continues to play well. And obviously, he also had that interception. He had no interceptions in his career ever at Georgia, and this was his first NFL interception. It only led to 3 points when we couldn't convert from 4 yards out, but that was just overall incredible, and he overwhelmed Todd Gurley the entire night. Let's talk about offense. Who stepped up? Let's go in reverse order this time. I'll go first again. James Daniels stepped up. Simple and easy as that. James Daniels was incredible going against one of the best defensive tackle in the league, actually. Not one of the best defensive tackle in the league in Aaron Donald. No sacks for Aaron Donald. That's a win for James Daniels in my book. He stepped up. He played incredible. Second-round rookie. I wouldn't be happier with anyone else.
I'm going to go with Jordan Howard, just because of how much we needed him this game. Without him, we would have lost. I mean, I've myself been a Jordan Howard hater this year. I haven't been too happy with his performance. Neither have many of the other Bears fans. But he stuck with it. He showed us why he's important. And this is December football, so we got to get used to running the ball with Howard, because I doubt we're going to throw the ball this much, especially because it's cold outside.
I'm going to also go with James Daniels. For him, this to be his rookie year, and him having to face a challenge like Aaron Donald, who has 16.5 sacks this season, and considered one of the best defensive players in the league right now, other than Khalil Mack, of course. And for you to allow him or hold him to 0 sacks when he had 16.5 in 13 games is crazy to me. That just shows that Nagy game plan was to make sure Aaron Donald doesn't be a game wrecker, and he did that thanks to James Daniels. So yeah, that was just crazy.
Totally. Finally, we're going to talk about. We're each going to go around and mention just one thing we think the Bears can improve on. I'll go first. Just Trubisky with the overthrows, man. We knew that was a problem coming into this year, and it's still been pretty bad throughout the year. Obviously, coming off an injury, you knew that he probably would have a little bit of rust because he hasn't been playing at full game speed. He was bad tonight. He was He was bad tonight. He had a couple good scrambles in the first quarter, but otherwise I thought he was pretty bad. So just in general for him, being confident and stuff like that, it's just back to the simple things with him. Not getting gimpy in the pocket. We saw him getting a little bit gimpy in the pocket. Looking through his progressions, he seemed to be throwing it a lot tonight to the first guy that he was supposed to be throwing to on the plays, and it costed him. Because these young quarterbacks, they look at their targets a little too long sometimes. So it was a tough night for Trubisky, and I expect him to be able to bounce back next week against Green Bay. Anyone else things to improve on?
Definitely the offense and Trubisky. I mean, the plays looked a little stagnant. I thought it was just a lot of screens and stuff. I just kind of got bored with the plays, honestly. We need to trust this. Even though we need to do attack.
If we really wanted to put up points, say we needed to put up points in this game, attacking downfield would have been big. Obviously, Marcus Peters had an interception in the first quarter, but that was on a horrible overthrow, and it keeps leading to nothing all night. So attacking downfield on this Rams defense would have been something that would have been nice, but it's something that we didn't do, and something we frankly didn't need to. So I understand why the play call got a bit conservative.
And I have a little positive. I mean, imagine if Trubisky played even a little better. If you take away those interceptions, he throws another touchdown. We could blow out these Rams.
Yeah, totally.
So that's a huge positive we should take as Bears fans.
Jaylen, anything you think we need to work on?
I think we need to work on getting Trubisky's shoulder over 100%. We could clearly see that his shoulder was affecting the way that he played. It was a graphic that showed his throwing motion when he was healthy and now, and it was clearly different. So I just think us going into Green Bay, a division opponent, a team that we need to beat, just for morale reasons. We have to make sure he's completely healthy and make sure he's not overthrowing the ball as many times as he did this game. So that's mine.
Totally. So yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this episode. If you want to find all of our social media, you can go check in the description to find all of our individual Bears fan pages. You can follow the podcast on social media, Twitter and Instagram, @BearDown. I would like to say, if you did make it this far in the episode, please do us a favor, smash a like and subscribe. If you do follow our podcast on social media, we'll be announcing a giveaway soon, just because the Bears beat the Rams, so what the heck, might as well. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it, guys. Any last words going into Green Bay week?
9-4.
9-4. And we're a win.
I got something to say.
Okay.
If we beat the Green Bay Packers, who are struggling, even though they just beat the Atlanta,
or the Redskins lose, we're in the playoffs for the first time in 8 years.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yep.
So let's go blow out these cheeseheads.
And Mark Sanchez, do us a favor and suck next week. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna do that regardless.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll pretty much do it for this episode, guys. If you did enjoy, do us a favor once again, smash a like and subscribe. You can find our social media in the description. We will be all over Green Bay week next week. We need some redemption in that game. So that'll pretty much do it for this one, guys, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Bear down.